Hey guys, so I have a question for you. If you're watching this video right now, is your dog a little bit shy, maybe territorial, showing signs of reactivity? Maybe they're just a little anxious. Well, these might all be signs that your dog has low confidence. Now, low confidence is something that I feel like it's a little bit overlooked because it is blamed on so many other things. And while those other things may have to do with it, I think understanding the root cause of how your dog is feeling is really critical to helping them. So I just wanted to give a disclaimer that I am not a veterinarian nor am I a dog trainer. I'm simply a dog mom who I've had my rescue dog Benji for about 6 years now. He came from a not very great situation. So we have been working on his confidence for a while. He is still a work in progress. However, he's made leaps and bounds in his progress. So we're very proud of him. And so we just want to share that insight with y'all. To get into it, some physical body language signs that you're going to want to look for, I'm going to have listed here. So one thing that is going to be a big one is going to be, are they cowering their tail? Are they putting their ears back? Those are going to be very apparent physical symptoms that your dog is not feeling safe in their situation. Some other things are going to be like freezing in place. So like something scary happens and they just stop. They just freeze. That's going to be a sign, as well as shaking off. So by that, I mean like when your dog gets out of the bath and they shake, doing that movement when they have no reason to be shaking. So like when they're not wet, they're doing that shaking movement. Making slow movements, so moving very cautiously, as well as cowering. Another thing could be barking. So they could be barking at people when they're far away, and then when they get close, they could be cowering. It could be a mixture of all these different things, are all signs of low confidence in dogs. Now, all of these physical signs and these ways of your dog like emitting different emotions through their body language all lead up to these different behaviors. So some behaviors that I feel like are very common in underconfident dogs is the term Velcro dog. So that's the kind of dog that's like glued to your hip, follows you around all the time. Benji is guilty of that. So basically, the logic behind this to the dog in the terms of underconfidence is that they are going to cling to you to borrow some of your confidence. So if they stick with you, then you'll keep them safe in a sense so that they don't have to be in such a survival mode instinct. Because keep in mind, if your dog's underconfident, their body is going into a survival mode. They are going into, I am scared, something bad is going to happen. So by sitting with you, it's like a kid wanting their mom. It's a dog wanting its human. Now, something else that happens quite frequently is in high pressure, high anxiety situations, underconfident dogs will likely not want to take treats. That's going to come from that they are in survival mode. They are in the mode of, I am in danger. So I cannot take treats right now because I am in danger and I need to focus on keeping myself safe. Now, like I was talking about earlier, the cowering, the barking. So a behavior of Benji is he barks from a distance, and then once he gets close, he cowers. He stops barking and he cowers. He gets nervous. Now, those behaviors could be separated. They could be together like Benji, both two different behaviors that show signs of low confidence in dogs. Now, another thing is pulling on the leash. So dogs who pull on the leash to get home. So like Benji specifically, he walks very nice, very respectful on his leash when we leave the house. In fact, he looks back a lot. He's constantly turning his head. But then when we go to walk back home, he pulls. He wants to get home because that's a safe place. He's in his survival mode and he wants to get home to a safe place. And then the other thing is your dog's head constantly being on a swivel. So I'm going to insert a little video of Benji here of him sitting out in our neighborhood in our cul-de-sac. And you can just see that when he's sitting, he's okay. However, his head is constantly on a swivel. He's constantly looking around. He's scoping out his environment. He's kind of in that survival mode. He's thinking about like what's around here. Now, a portion of that is just he is a dog. Like, he's going to want to look around and see what's around. But you can tell that there's a bit of anxiety in these moments. Now remember, in all of these behaviors that your dog may be emitting, so maybe like pulling on a leash, may be seen as a problematic behavior. However, these are actually fear management strategies. So like I was playing on before, your dog, when they are feeling underconfident, they are feeling like they are in a survival mode. Like when you bring them out on a walk, they're not thinking, I'm going to go meet new friends on this walk. They are thinking, God, what if something happens on this walk? What if a stranger approaches me? What if this happens? What if that happens? So these behaviors that they do are not problematic behaviors so much as they are fear management strategies that your dog has conducted in order to help them navigate this world that they're living in. So in a sense, your dog is telling you, I don't know how to handle this situation. So this is how I'm going to handle it with my fear management strategies. So basically, with helping your lower confidence dog, You're helping them learn how to handle these different situations that they're encountering in the world to help them feel safer and overall produce a happier life. Now, I think a big thing with lower confidence is people getting impatient. You adopt a dog and you want your dog to be comfortable soon. Like I said, I've been working with Benji for a while. I think all dogs have their own timeline. I think some dogs could follow the 3-3-3 rule. And by their 3-month timeline, they are vibing, chilling, and they're fine. And other dogs, might take longer. And I think that's okay. I think all dogs have their own method. I think they all have their own version of what they deem as okay. Benji exhibits some of these signs still to this day, and some of them he's grown out of. And it's something that you work on. So if your dog sounds like Benji, then definitely like, follow, and subscribe to our channel.